Khums is a religiously obligated tax on all Muslimin who meet the requirements. In the Quran, Khums is mentioned in Surah Al-Anfal, verse number 41. وَاعْلَمُوا أَنَّمَا غَنِمْتُم مِّن شَيْءٍ فَأَنَّ لِلَّهِ خُمُسَهُ وَلِلرَّسُولِ وَلِذِي الْقُرْبَى وَالْيَتَامَى وَالْمَسَاكِينَ وَابْنَ السَّبِيلِ. Know that whatever thing you may come by, a fifth of it is for Allah and the Apostle and the near ones and the relatives and the orphans and the needy and the traveler. This verse of Quran tells us that every type of profit and income that we come across, treasure that we gain, mining that we perform, that enriches us, there is a right of khums upon it. The most common place where this applies to us in our day-to-day life is the savings that we keep of the unused profits that we earn from work that we do. A good way to think about it is imagine and understand that Allah has promised to give you your rizq and provide for you your sustenance. And at the end of 1 year, if Allah has given me all of my rizq and sustenance and has given me sufficiency in my needs, then whatever excess I possess, 1/5 of that excess, I give back in the way of Allah. Understanding this, our increased wealth is measured not in a continuous calculation, but in a snapshot calculation. That we look at, for example, what my wealth is today, and then 1 year from now, I take a look at what wealth and assets I possess. If there's an increase in that wealth and assets from 1 year ago till today, then what I do is I take 20% of that increase and I pay it as my wajib khums. What's important to understand is that khums is not just on liquid assets, for example, the cash that I have in my bank account, but also on physical assets. That, for example, I purchased new clothes, but I never wore them. That's an asset, that's wealth that I possess, that I converted to a physical asset, and I need to include them in my calculation of khums, so that it's not just what's in my bank account, but for example, I have 20 tubes of toothpaste in my bathroom. Those 19 tubes that I'm not using right now are money that I could have saved or wealth that I could have saved that I converted to a physical asset in my house. So when I do my calculation, looking at year-over-year snapshot, I include all of my liquid assets and I take an estimate of the value of those unused goods that I have in my house and I include them in my calculation of khums. The 1/5 or 20% of my increased savings that I have, which I take out, are split into two categories. One category is called Sahme Imam, and the other category is called Sahm Sadat. These two shares are utilized in the service of Islam. Sahm Imam is used to further projects and responsibilities for furthering the message of Islam, preserving the message of Islam, and helping to ensure that Islam persists in all environments. Sahm Sadat is a portion of khums that's used to support the needy family of the Holy Prophet. As Allah forbade the Prophet and his progeny from taking charity, He opened the door of khums to provide for them in place of it. The Sahm Imam, in the absence of the Imam, is paid to the marja who one does taqleed of, who is the representative of the Imam in his absence. There are additional rules to the subject of understanding khums, and it's good to refer back to your Islamic laws or book of jurisprudence from your marja to understand all of the specific rules pertaining to this subject. When we pay our khums to the marja, we can also pay it to organizations that are empowered by the marja to receive that khums. It is the responsibility of the payer to ensure that the organization they're giving their khums to has an ijaza or permission to receive the khums, what type of khums they are eligible to receive, whether it's Sahm Imam or Sahm Sadat, and to ensure that they disperse them correctly by indicating what it is that we're paying to the organization.